Hi, I'm Raquel, and you're watching My Rocky TV. So a few weeks ago, I did an unplugged, showcasing my new song, Hands in the Air. Go check out the video. Thinking, what am I going to do on my YouTube channel? And then I thought, well, why don't I talk about how I got to those songs and everything that was centered around it. So I got to those songs on my last album because I was going through a really tough time. I was going through a divorce, and I can see why God does not like divorce. It is horrible, horrible. I think the most horrible thing in the world next to death. Anyway, I'm writing a book about it. At some point I'll finish. And I think I'm going to do a 5-part series on it, because one part I want to talk about is just first marriage. I'm an expert. Why am I an expert? Because I'm divorced. What? How is she an expert if she's divorced? Because I learned something. And this is what I learned. Look at yourself. Now, I know that's not common to think. And I'm not saying that I'm to blame for my marriage breaking down, because I'm not. But 2 people were in a marriage, 2 people participated. And I learned after trying to, I can't say really date, but trying to meet new guys, I'm picking the same guy over and over. Why does that personality seem to be able to come into my world? And that personality is a guy who seems to be very secure with himself, seems to know where he's going, he's ambitious, he seems secure, he knows what he's going to do. But all of that is not true. And actually, I venture to say they may be narcissist. Yeah, I really believe that's the fact, because they're all about themselves. What can they get? How is this relationship going to work for them? How is it going to benefit them? And that's not the way you get into a marriage. You get into a marriage saying, how can I help that person? How am I going to benefit that person? How am I going to serve that person? We have to have our eyes wide open and see us for who we are and see that person for who they are. Because a lot of times we get a lot of red flags. You need to be clear why you like somebody, why you want to be married to them. Is it for business reasons? Is it for career reasons? Is it because you really do love them? Is it some way benefiting you? Is it keeping you safe from something on the outside that you're running from? What is it? Because when you get into that marriage, oh, you better know for sure there's going to be challenges. And it's going to challenge you right in that area that maybe you just didn't think about, but you know it's been on your heart. Because there's a dark cloud that will just hover and hover until it just goes, ah! And then it gets you and it rips the marriage apart. And then you're like, what the heck just happened? What I believe we're supposed to do in marriage is to glorify God in our relationship. Be focused on God and that relationship with God. And then that trickles down now to the relationship with your husband, with your kids. And I wasn't in that place at that time when I was married, and neither was my ex-husband, where he was far from that place. I ain't gonna talk about him in this video. I realized I have to know me, because I can't afford to keep picking that kind of personality. I can't afford to pick someone who pretends to be secure and really not. I can't pick the person who pretends to be confident and really not. And I'm not saying we don't have insecurities about us, because I believe we all do. But we have to be so comfortable with ourselves and who we are. It takes work to be in a marriage. What did I do in the marriage that could have been better? And I know a lot of times, especially for women, words can be better. And I understand that sometimes we get so disappointed in a person, but we have to realize that's still a person. And if your focus and your honor is so on that person, you're going to be disappointed. That was not the way I was trying to go in this video. But that's the way it ended up going, because I had something totally different to say. The next video I'm going to talk about interference, because in my marriage, I had a lot of that. I'll be back.